it.
Fellow tennis nerds, you know this guy, the best Medvedev impersonator so far I've seen online. Check out the Technifiber review if you want to see that in person. But today we're not talking about Technifiber, we're talking about the Nordicdots Model 100. And this is an interesting new frame, kind of a 100 square inch focused on control, that he actually has made a switch from his Boom Probe. So, you know, you talked about the first impressions with the cosmetic when we talked a little bit before.
The first impression is always cosmetic, no? The paint job, and it's absolutely beautiful. I've never played with a white racket. I've always gone through the darker colors or like blackout or more like towards that way, but I have to say that I can make an exception for this Model 100 Nordicdots because it is absolutely beautiful.
But overall, like, you're a classy, like, beautiful technique and very artsy guy on the court. Yeah, you like to move the ball around. You're full of trick shots and stuff. Is that what you like a lot in this frame?
I mean, first of all, thank you for the compliments. It's never been intention to, but again, I like to have fun on the court. I love tennis. I love the sport, and these kind of sessions like that we do have from time to time make me enjoy the sport even more. You know, play some good tennis, hit some good balls, but also have some fun here and there. And I think it entertains you guys. At least I hope it does. But anyway, today Nordicdots, we've just been playing, as you can see on our t-shirts, for about 2 hours. I've been fortunate enough to be in the prototype development of this racket. It's been several prototypes along the way. Finally, the official new product is out.
The retail model, yeah.
The retail model of Nordicdots is out. I have to say that, first of all, first impression is always how it looks, and it looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I've always used black rackets or darker colored rackets. I'm not a very colorful kind of guy, as you can see on my outfit and my racket. You too. But
this was not planned, actually. Like, we just wore what we liked. We have different shoes at least, and I have white socks.
We can change one sock each. It's good to have a nice looking racket, but at the end of the day, it's how it plays.
That's everything, yeah.
And I can say that it is a very nice racket to play with. It is very neutral in the way that it's not too head heavy, it's not too head light. You can kind of do every shot with it. I want to remark that the slices feels really good. Everything that slices, volleys, everything that's like spinny kind of shots to it, it works really well. I'm not saying that you cannot hit a flat shot, as you'll probably see in the videos that I can hit flat with it. I can flatten it out whenever I'm looking for that. But it stands out when it comes to like a quick slice serve or the chip slice, even drop shots, the volleys. We're also using the TS127 string. Yep. TS stands for top spin string, and maybe that also is helping all these spinny shots.
Accentuates the spin a bit, like it really grabs the ball. So this is a 16-19 racket, like it has a kind of medium thick beam, 22 millimeter beam, and it's really like trying to be a more versatile racket. I would put it like in the power level of maybe a blade, you know, like where you get a lot of control. You have some power from the 100 square inch, but you have to dial in the power a little bit, either by customizing the racket, which in your case you do because you're a very advanced player. I can play it in stock, but with the string in the tension. So the TS127, we both like that string a lot. It's very control oriented, very clean oriented, kind of a firm string. You can definitely go down in tension. You play this 18 kilos, like 40 pounds. You can really play at a low tension and have even more depth and be able to kind of maneuver the racket because it's a very versatile frame. I would say like it's one of those Prince Phantom, Wilson Blade 100, very versatile. You get good feel and good touch and good precision. It's not for you who want to go like max power, that's pure drives. These are other types of frames who want to get loads of help from the frame. You need to be a pretty good and crafty player, but even classical guys coming from a little bit more of a classy frame, like an old school racket, can really like appreciate the feel of this racket because it feels like a 100 square inch prestige to me. It's like really connected, and on touch shots and volleys, that's where it shines, I would say.
Yeah, and if I were to describe this racket in a word or in a phrase, it would be an all-round racket.
Yeah, well, it's an all-rounder for sure.
I would for sure call it that because I mean, Jonas was hitting me towards the sides of the court, and I'm still very stable and I can really control. I'm really aware of what I want to do, and the racket is able to give me what I'm looking for it to do.
Yep.
If it's inside the court, I can really step in and attack, be more aggressive. If I need more precision in certain shots, I have that. If I want to lift up the ball, put some extra spin to send the opponent back. I have that too if I'm in the defense and I'm looking to slice. I mean, exactly, it's an all-round racket.
An all-rounder, yeah. People usually mention like pro stock feel. I've tried this with a bunch of different players, Adri, Henrik.
So I've been trying the Model 100 from Nordicdots. Been practicing with it a couple of sessions now. It's stock from the factory, no modification so far. Strung with the Nordicdots TS127 at 21 kilos. First hitting session was pretty rough. I didn't play that well. The tension was a bit too high for me and my liking. But today, at the second hitting session, the tension had dropped a bit. And I played very well with it. It was really good on serve. It felt like I couldn't almost miss any serve. Very solid on forehand, good at the net. It's easy to get the ball where you want it to land. Overall, it's a very interesting racket. I will tweak it a bit though. I will add some lead here and here, maybe a total of 3 to 4 grams to bump up the swing weight to somewhere around 328 or something. And I will also try it with a little bit lower tension. I would say, like, for me and my game, I would use maybe 19 to 20 kilos tension in this racket. It is a demanding racket. It's not for like a beginners, but if you can generate some pace of your own, it's a very good racket, and I'm really looking forward to try this racket a bit more and see. It could actually be a potential switch as well, because I just love the design and it really shines. It's yeah, the color it's difficult to see here because we don't have any lights in Sweden, but it's a really good racket. Thumbs up from me.
And I think all describe it like as a really beautiful pocketing. Like they talk about pro stock feel. That's hard to say because different pro stocks play differently, but I think for some of you that are really into the pro stock scene, you will appreciate the like sensation when you connect it with the sweet spot. The sweet spot is not huge on this frame. It's a touch feel control oriented frame with kind of a versatile head size, kind of like a speed, a little bit more low power than a speed MP, more towards the Phantom. But if you like to move the ball around, if you want to be a crafty player, you slice, you come in, you play all court tennis on all levels, I would say. Like you can be intermediate, you can be pro style player like Adri here, and you will have a lot of fun with this frame. So it's just one of those like that puts kind of a smile on your face. I think for your game, like Adri's a guy who likes to move the ball, as I said, and play creatively. I can see it work for him even before I knew he was switching to it. So it's a racket that comes to mind as a kind of a crafty frame.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I do want to mention about this racket, that as far as my knowledge goes, that they're innovating in the way that they do weigh the racket before they send you the racket. And
swing weight, weight and balance, yeah.
Yeah, it has it handwritten by the factory themselves. So let's say you do order 3 rackets, they will pick and choose the 3 most similar rackets. As we all know that from factory, from stock, every racket has certain like slight differences in the weight, in the balance, in the swing weight. So they will pick and choose the 3 most similar. For example, if you're ordering 3 rackets and one is 306, then it will pick and choose the other 2 rackets that are also 306, so that you have the most similar 3 rackets. The same if you order 5 rackets or you order 10 rackets, they'll pick and choose. So that is really cool because I've never seen another brand do it.
A boutique style experience, and that's what you get with smaller brands. Like Nordicdots is a small company, a few guys only, and but they put a lot of attention into the materials, like putting really high quality premium materials that makes it feel like kind of pro stocky, and this kind of quality control, attention to detail. The normal spec tolerance, as we talk about, is plus minus 5 grams. The racket weighs 304, so it's kind of in the blade territory, but has a slightly larger head size. So a little bit more forgiveness, but not a huge, because the sweet spot is sweet, but it's not huge. And then the balance, 31.8 centimeters, plus minus 5 points there. Like with the Model 99, and I'm going to compare it very shortly, you can choose white or black cosmetic. The Model 99 is a bit more powerful, I would say. That's a little bit more of an attacking racket, similar to more towards like an E-zone, with some control from the string pattern 1620 and this stuff. This is more of a control racket, but more of a versatile one because of the head size being larger than many control-oriented rackets. And I like that because you can generate some spin from the ball. Like it's not like an 1820 Prestige where the ball is going to be missile, so you can actually play with a lot of top spin. Suits the modern player. People with like large swings, good technique, they will be able to generate loads of power with this frame enough to compete. And I think most players will though appreciate the craftiness and the feel and the touch when you're playing all court, all round tennis. That's really where the racket shines the most.
So we just finished hitting. It was really fun that I got to try out both these rackets. It has the same string, it has the same tension. I would say Model 99 was more suited towards me compared to the Model 100, whereas I thought both were great. The 99 gave me a bit more control, whereas the Model 100 gave me more power, which is not really needed for me. I already play quite aggressive, I already have a lot of power, so getting that extra control with Model 99 is actually great for me. But I'm gonna take both of these with me. I'm gonna travel, I'm gonna play some matches, and I'm gonna really test them out and see which one is the best for me.
Thumbs up again. They've done two very good rackets now that I like. So I'm happy to see that there's so many good rackets on the market right now, from smaller brands like Nordicdots, a small company, also to the biggest giants on the tennis industry scene. And there's, I mean, obviously endless choice for you guys to pick from. I'm gonna do more videos about which one to choose for which player, because I know like they have 10, 15 new rackets to choose from. Your head starts going nuts, you know. But this one should definitely be considered because it's as good as any of the other ones released in January 2025. Very impressive. And thanks to Marbella Brothers, a beautiful club here in Marbella in Spain, for letting us film here on this court and have some fun playing tennis.
Don't forget to play some
tennis, I guess, yeah.